Yo, it's good, GSD, Great Sports Debaters, Provo, let you know what he think about certain things. This particular subject that I'm going in on is why Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain could never be considered the best to ever do it, or the best centers or players, even though Wilt scored 100 in a game and the things he accomplished, and Bill Russell with the how many championships they had in the Celtics, I don't know, double digits. They won a lot of championships or whatever. But the difference is, just like with baseball, any sport like that was in its early stages, if you're not competing against the best, you cannot be considered the best, even if it's to no fault of your own. Um, at that time, they were not letting anybody play in a league. You know what I mean? Like, they only let I don't know how many black people were to play in that league, but at that time, but in the NBA, but it wasn't too many. And he was competing against a bunch of cats wasn't even the same size. Like it was crazy. Like you playing against a bunch of little dudes and a little dudes that is not matched equally in physically any other way, skill wise, anything. So I mean, you whoop ass for what the league had to offer at that time, but it's not even they didn't want nothing else in there. So you could never consider yourself the best because you didn't play against the best. And that's why everything that happened back then when everybody wasn't allowed into the league don't count. It don't count to me. You know what I'm saying? Like you did well against what you would put up against. Yes, you did. But you didn't play against anybody. You didn't play against the best. I would not consider myself the best at anything if I didn't challenge the best or who everybody that was available at that time. Y'all didn't play. It's just like baseball, like separate stats for Negro League players, which like I don't even get that, but okay, it's separate stats because y'all didn't let us play along with y'all until a certain time. That's why Babe Ruth, I don't respect none of that. That's just bullshit. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Fuck Babe Ruth. He didn't play against the best. First of all, we all know Latins are the best at baseball, like overall in general. You didn't play against no Latin, no Spanish people, no Dominicans, no Puerto Ricans. I mean, I hate to make it a racial thing, but I mean, we talking about the best at the sport. You didn't play against those people. You know what I mean? You didn't play against black people. Like you didn't play against everyone, and that's the point. You can't be considered as the best or one of the best when you didn't compete against everyone. And that shit eats me alive every day when I think about it because like it's just like fuck it. And y'all know what it is and y'all still don't give a fuck. Like, no, you didn't play against the best. You can't be considered the best. I remember they still hold Babe Ruth's uh, home run total like it's a record. It's not a record. Hank Aaron broke that shit in the 70s. Like, who the fuck considers the second best a record? Only in baseball they do that bullshit. Then on top of that, like I said, any sport, if you weren't you didn't compete against the best, you're not the best. Straight simple. It's no debating this, but we let these motherfuckers get away with it. Nobody says nothing about it. Nobody challenges them. Like the fuck out of here. Somebody need to really say something about that. Fuck that. It was a separate as a Negro League. Man, Josh Gibson had over 800 home runs at the time when Babe Ruth was the home run king with six something. Like really? You know what I'm saying? That's why and that shit don't. It's not even a racial thing. That's why I said like I brought that up because it's not a racial thing. That shit applies to Bill Russell. Bill Russell's black. Your shit don't count. You wasn't playing against the best people. You were playing against a bunch of little niggas like playing us like you 7 feet. And you play against a bunch of cats that's five. You barely even played against 6 foot something. Anybody like it was even close to your height. So I mean, it's not your fault for being big, but I mean it is what it is. Like you didn't play against nobody. You didn't. So it takes away from your legacy. You dominated what was given to you. Now, who's to say like you might have done well, or against other players of your magnitude, but we were never able to see that, and that's not your fault either. But it's reality. I don't think that you would have won as many championships as you won if it was a bunch of if everybody was able to play in the league. I don't want to go too long because this is a real debate. Y'all Hawking, GSD, Great Sports Debaters, Provo, getting at you. One.